Hello, it's Simon from South Coast Pictures. So recently we've been getting a lot of inquiries about Magic Mirror photo booths and how they're different to an ordinary booth or some of the other options on the market. So I just wanted to chat quickly about what they are, how they work, what they're different, and whether they're right for you or not. Now I'm going to start the video by saying I don't actually own a Magic Mirror booth yet. It's something we've been considering putting into our package for quite a while, and we've spoke to numerous suppliers, manufacturers, weighing up all the options. So although some of this may not be tried and tested, I would hope it would be pretty accurate. So firstly, a Magic Mirror is a full-length dress mirror that will take pictures. Usually with a red carpet. It's what they class as an open booth, so there's no surround. Occasionally I've seen companies have put backdrops with it, but generally it is just the wall. Now these are a little bit more interactive than your average photo booth because they will allow you to scribble on the screen. They can put emojis and print art and things like that when you do them. It also gives you the benefit of them being portrait. So if you're standing in the right place, you can see the top of your head to the toes. So if you're at a wedding, all those nice frocks and suits, you get the full picture. Whereas with an oval photo booth, or the standard ones, the pictures are always landscape, so you just sort of get from your waist up. Now what Magic Mirrors aren't, as far as I'm aware, are space savers. A lot of people say, oh, we've got no space, so we have to go for a mirror. Now, yes, the actual unit of a Magic Mirror is only a foot, maybe 2 foot square, so they will go everywhere. But you will still need to remember the red carpet. You need to remember the queue barrier, where the queue wait. You've usually got a table full of props as well around somewhere. So by the time you put all this together, they actually take up quite a bit of space. Especially when you compare it to, say, our oval booths. They are 2.5 metres long, 1.5 metres wide. They, again, fit in any venue. We also include our props inside the booth. So there's a nice big prop box inside. It doesn't limit the space too much, but it does mean there's plenty more space outside. The other thing with a Magic Mirror is they are heavy. So your suppliers may have a caveat on if the event is upstairs, for example. They just if there's no lift, they may physically not be able to get them up the stairs. That also counts even if it's on the ground floor and you've got 2 or 3 little steps to get in. I know most people have ramps, or at least the venues have disabled access, but it can still be a problem, and I have heard of people getting stung for surcharges even though they're on the ground floor. Oval booths don't have that problem. Because of the sheer size of them, they actually come in 7 bags, I believe it is, which makes it actually much easier to transport. It just takes half-hour building time, which actually isn't too dissimilar by the time you've plugged in all the electrics and everything to a Magic Mirror. The other problem with a Magic Mirror is the features. So with an enclosed booth, things like green screen, video, with ourselves even karaoke has been built into the booth, so it works seamlessly. Where mirrors don't traditionally have a background, you can't do the green screen. Green screen is simply a digital impression put behind you. It will send your guests anywhere in the world. It can put any background. It's what a lot of the movies use, actually, if you've seen any of the clips, the big green screens, and they'll digitally enhance anything you want on. Now some mirrors have worked around this by using I think it's the Xbox Active software, which does a rudimentary job. It's not as crisp, it's not as clean, and if you look closely you can definitely see the edges of you and the background. But also video and things like that don't pick up as much because you're out in the open. You're more likely to get the noise, whereas the oval booths, you're enclosed, it's nice and quiet, well, ish, but the microphones are much more likely to be picked up. The main advantage with a mirror, however, is they will go in any random space. They will go in a corridor if you wish. Now don't get me wrong, it's not my personal choice having people wandering up and down a corridor in the background of your photos, but they are an option. Traditionally there is no difference in prices between Magic Mirrors and oval booths. It all depends on the company themselves. The packages, again, they're very similar. In fact, I think most of them run the same software, so there shouldn't be much difference in that. And it is all personal down to what you choose. A lot of people I speak to the enclosed booth because they can close the curtain and whereas in an open booth they're a little bit more wary, cautious, you're more likely for photo bombers and things like that. So I'm definitely not discouraging you from a Magic Mirror. Just please don't speak to us and say, oh, we want a photo booth, we want a mirror because we've got no space. Because apart from all the other arguments, that one just doesn't hold up anymore. I know this is only a brief guide, so if you want to get in touch with what we've said, disagree with what we've said, if you've got a mirror, or just want to discuss things further for your event, please hit the message button and give me a chat.